Knew I was reading something. Howdy, I am the Damn Cat, and welcome to my humble little stream. It is round 8 of GTRC Super GT Challenge. It's going to be a 1 hour around Spa in these Group GT2s. Alright, buddy, how we doing? Your goal is to beat me. My goal is to beat you. So we're gonna give it our best. Goal is to beat as many people as we can, because we could be lagging a little bit, but we're gonna give it our best. See how well we can do today. So qualifying is gonna be 4 laps, as it always is with this series. 1 out lap, 3 flying laps. Because that's how they do it here. It's fun, it's cool. Shoved up to kind of just a little bit. So waiting on quality start. Now they're cleaning the start. Actually, before we do that, we're gonna want to make sure we're on these medium. No, I don't want the front to be on mediums. I want the rear to be on mediums. And here we go. I don't really know where to set the brake balance for this track. Gonna need some space between us and everyone else. We don't want to be on anyone's butt, and we don't want anyone to be on our butt. It's good enough, I think, for us. It's a good enough gap. Let's see what we can do qualifying wise. So weather could be a factor here, but open out because we have no. I don't know why we break there. We have no cold practice, no weather practice at all. So hopefully it stays like it is now, nice and clear. So where we qualify is to determine which tire compound we start on. Starting at the front, we'll go ahead and start on mediums. Otherwise, we'll start on hards and get those out of the way. Because we have to use both compounds. I think there's a minimum like 4 or 5 laps, so we have to use them for. If they were gaining on somebody, we don't want to be doing that. This might be Mike that we're tailing behind right now. So that was our out lap. Now we have 3 flying laps. got a little bit of a crosswind in the Camel Straight. That's one of those sections right there that we struggle with, is that little stop like chicane. That's just in general with this track. Doesn't matter what car we're in, we struggle there. This is definitely one of my weaker tracks, so gotta give it our best, but that just means that we're gonna have to be more on our game today, just because it's a track that I am generally weaker at. So currently Ishmael in the 209. Let's see what we can do. Not horribly bad. They were about a second off of Hair Razor. See if we can have some more time. That's kind of ahead of us. Uh-oh. That might be a penalty. So basically this entire second sector of the track, big weak point for us. Get the inside bollard there, so I kind of threw this off a little bit. It's fine. We get one more crack at it. See if we can actually do better this time. Nope. Pretty soon. Okay, buddy, how we doing? How we doing? I hope you're doing well, my friend. You know what? Let's get a little more practice for the rest of the track at least. You good, man? You good? I'm not particularly good at this track, so as long as I don't do that during the race, it'll be alright. So we're starting near the back. It's fine. So like to say, it's not where you start that matters, it's where you finish. Even though where you start can definitely help. back in the day, it's possible to go from all the way from the back to the front, and it is possible to go all the way from the front to the back. So we just have to hope that the events of the race kind of go in our favor. Yep. That is indeed how it is. Alright. So tires, that means we can come out here, we can get on these hards. And we got 2 minutes to kick this thing off. Get a little bit of a warm-up dash on these hards. That wasn't exactly what we wanted to do. So what does Radion and the Rouge look like backwards? The answer is hilarious. And now we wait. Yeah, that's a good start for you. Just makes my job a little bit harder. So we're starting next to last, so this is going to be fun. A little bit of chaos in the beginning, I think. Ideally, not instigated by us. Scribes did not get a good launch at all. That kind of held us up. Saw a little bit of fishtail up there. Whoa! This front air, okay, there we go. The front air just finally gone. Come right over on the bar. car's got a penalty that'll let us catch up to him. Rest of the way. So we probably just got one ourselves. I hit the bras. That's not what we want to do. I don't like the spark section I really struggle with. We lost somebody. That could have gone all kinds of sideways. Now we got dirty tires. And we do that. So apparently it could go sideways. Ultimately did go sideways. Just a little later than the initial incident. Now we've got to reel them back in. Alright, so we have about 48 minutes to go. That definitely could have gone better. Sure. Now we've got plenty of time to catch back up. We just need to make sure we don't fall any further behind than we are. So Rods gets a hell of a run through there, looks like. Oh, heavy yellow flag. What happened? Oh, no more yellow flag. I mean, someone spun. Oh. Oh. That was a disconnect. Another NSX is down. As we have Type R in front of us now, we gotta get ahead of him. Screw that up a little bit. It's taken 7 laps for these tires to start to feel like they have any kind of grip. So we're about a quarter of the way through the race. Did that better? Sorry, now bar should be pulling Type R away from us, so it's encouraging that we are catching up to them too, at least. Yeah, that particular set of corners we are losing time on. We just need to close in a bit more on Type R. We're losing time at the moment. But we don't want to do that. Just push too wide there. Ooh, bar went wide. Bar does have a penalty, which is useful to know. Just didn't get any rotation there. That might be a penalty. Type bar should get around bar, which should allow us to catch up to bar a little bit. But what if we didn't have a penalty ourselves to get rid of? Just need to be ahead of bar. Our pace right now seems to be going the wrong way. Need to be gaining pace, not losing pace. Yeah, right now Barro's being pulled along by Type Barrow, so he's pulling away from us. No! Rear end decided to say nope. There goes that spin we didn't want to happen. And it came out of nowhere too. Oh, this is damage is all right. I went too wide again. Alright, we got a lot of ground to make up now. As if we didn't already, but now we have even more. I don't know how long pit's going to be. I don't know when we pay. We are going to take a full tank of fuel. Just looking at how deep we are and how deep we've got to go. So we don't have time to pull any kind of overcut or undercut, overbar right now. Alright, let's go one more lap if we can. We're not going to be able to use fuel. We have to pit now. Okay. Yeah, our fuel consumption is not very good here. Means we've got to fuel save a little bit somehow. Part of this truck is that we're having to rev it out a lot more than I would like to. Lost another. Sorry about us. Stiff. It's not where we want to be right now, but it is where it is at this point. Gotta try to close in on bar and type R. Shit! Don't need to be doing that. We were just barely on the throttle there. Just went neat. I don't throw a GT on this freaking thing. It's almost like a Yeet-mobile itself. So I'm supposed to battle hard, we'll be able to catch up. That's kind of what we're going to want to happen. type armor's at a penalty. Bar got around him with these. So now we need to gain up on him. Then we need to gain on bar. Screw that up a little bit. Definitely want to avoid that. Need to be able to keep bar in our sights. Ooh. We're going to kind of twitch there as we're going around the final bar of the chicane. Just kind of started to spin us around. Oh, which means we gotta reel him back in. we were otherwise set up to get him there, more or less. Would have held on to, would have had him going into turn 1. No! Damn it! Oh, okay. Now we've got 15 minutes to close in and 11 seconds on Type R. At this point, our goal is to not be last. See if we can do it. Oh, well, we did not need a cell phone there. That's basically what that was. Alright, we need both Type R and Bar to make some pretty big mistakes. Because it's in our interest to also be out of Bar. Didn't quite get the rotation we wanted there. see if we can get up to Type R. Getting about a second in the lab, which means we should be able to... I don't know, we need to be closing faster than that. We've only got about 6 laps to go. Come on. That's what we get. Try to be just a wee bit more aggressive than we can get away with. Bar messed up. Unfortunately, we had made a mistake of our own, so we are no longer really in position to take advantage of any mistakes. Doesn't mean we're not going to try. But we got 8 minutes now to close in 20 seconds. I don't think that's going to happen. Just went too wide there. how he wanted to do that. Five laps. It's gonna be about 5 minutes. It's about 3 laps to go. Spark fuel saving. We gained a lot on him over the course of that straight. Yeah, we got this one more lap after this. So, 2 to go. Screw that up a little bit. Coming up on the final lap. Or at least for us, it'll be the final lap. Leaders, I think, will get one more. There is that. That could have gone better. GG's, you man, you beat me. You beat me. Was your fuel saving there at the end? That's what I'm thinking you were doing. You completed your goal by about 4 seconds. I spun way too many times. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Yeah, I saw you fell back. I was wondering what happened there. I figured you made some kind of mistake dealing with rods. In the last 2 laps, you were going real slow. Like you were fuel saving. Or on auto drive. I don't think you'd do that. Swaying the rods. Finish every lap. Yeah, I think if I wouldn't have spun, I would have been able to hit 28, but it didn't happen. I spun like 2 or 3 times, snapped into the wall 2 or 3 times. Just not a good run. Just not a good run at all. Let's get these results screenshotted. You will save that replay. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the laptops. See, you got a 2094. I got 2096. Super got 2094. Major got 294. Rod's 2097. Type R 210. Well, he showed what you can do when you don't make many mistakes. You beat folk like me who keep spinning. Yeah, you did. But you did. And you beat me on track too, so. GG is what I meant. Good job, good job. GG's. Oh, that was frustrating, but it is what it is. What thing we can do is do better next time. Yeah, well, fuck, I just need to beat you the next 2 rounds and I'm good. Actually, I think if I could just... Yeah, next track is Monza. Ooh, Monza's not bad. I'm not bad at Monza. I like Monza. I don't know how well this car likes Monza, though. It's gonna be fun, that's for sure. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So I like Monza. Don't really do well at Monza normally, but I enjoy it. It's a fun track. The Lesmos tend to get me. It's usually the Lesmos that cause give me issues. It's the second chicane that gives me more trouble of the 2 chicanes. I wouldn't say I'm really good. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm really good. I'm decent, so at Monza. So this will be fun because even though I'm not the best at it, I do enjoy it. So it's gonna be fun. But I think that's gonna do it for the stream today. Yeah, so the next thing series wise is gonna be IRO next week. Yeah, IRO is next week. Then after that it'll be Group 3s, if I remember right. That'll be at Daytona. And then I think that Saturday will be the next Sector 7 series. That's a couple more weeks out. So the next big thing is gonna be IRO next week. Try to get something going in the middle of the week. I keep saying that. It's gonna happen one day. But yeah, I am the DevCat signing off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Appreciate the likes, any shares, follows. Helps the channel grow, helps get our message across. And our message is simply that you matter. You are important. The light that you bring to this world makes it that much better, that much brighter. If you need help, reach out. But that involves the hardest step of any journey of recovery or self-improvement. And that hardest step is to admit to yourself that you cannot do it alone, that you need help, that you need that helping hand, and then to reach out and ask for that helping hand. Because once you get that helping hand, things start to get better. I must emphasize better, not necessarily easier, but at the end, it'll be worth it, as it will allow your brightness, the good that you bring to the world, to shine that much more, that much brighter. But I'm the DevCat signing off. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to catch you next time. Until then.